France, revered as one of the long-standing pillars of the global economy, stands at a critical juncture in its history. Renowned for its rich cultural heritage and economic prowess, France has played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of Europe and the broader international community. As one of the founding members of the European Union (EU) and a stalwart advocate for multilateralism, France's influence extends far beyond its borders, encompassing realms such as security, defense, economic governance, and foreign policy. However, beneath the veneer of its storied past and esteemed position lies a nation grappling with profound challenges that threaten to undermine its economic vitality and social cohesion.
Tonight, more violence in France on the fifth day of rioting. A grenade exploding in Marseille. And more arrests, dampening hopes that the worst may be over. This after more than 1,300 people were arrested last night alone, with 45,000 police officers on the streets. Hundreds of them have been injured so far, authorities say. Amid the chaos, looting overnight.
In the turbulent year of 2023, France was embroiled in major protests and social upheaval, shining a harsh light on the seething anger within its borders. At the heart of this upheaval were harsh critiques leveled at President Emmanuel Macron and his team, particularly over proposed pension changes. These rallies, which represented deeper fundamental divisions throughout French society, were a foreboding sign of the country's potential economic downfall. Despite its place as the world's seventh-largest economy and the third-largest in Europe, France confronts an uncertain future marked by shifting power dynamics and increasing domestic and international threats. So, in today's video, let's understand the reason behind the France's struggling economy. Following the devastation of World War II, France embarked on a remarkable journey of economic reconstruction and resurgence, often referred to as Les Trente Glorieuses or the Glorious 30. During this period from the late 1940s to the 1970s, the French economy experienced robust growth marked by significant industrial expansion, rising living standards, and social progress. Central to this unprecedented era of prosperity were state-led interventionist policies and a model of state capitalism whereby the government played a dominant role in guiding economic activity, allocating resources, and fostering industrial development. Under this framework, the French government implemented a number of steps to boost economic growth, including the nationalization of key industries, significant infrastructure investment, and policies aimed at promoting social welfare and labor rights. This interventionist policy helped France recover from the scars of war and laid the groundwork for its emergence as a worldwide economic superpower. However, by the late 1970s and early 1980s, France found itself grappling with the limitations of its interventionist economic model. Amidst mounting economic challenges, including stagflation, rising unemployment, and fiscal strains, there emerged a growing consensus for reform and modernization. In response to these pressures, France embarked on a trajectory of economic liberalization and market-oriented reforms in the 1980s under the leadership of President François Mitterrand and Prime Minister Jacques Chirac. This transition to a more market-oriented economy required a number of structural reforms aimed at deregulating markets, lowering government intervention, and increasing competitiveness. Privatization of state-owned firms, trade and investment liberalization, and labor market deregulation were among the key policies implemented. Concurrently, attempts were made to update social policies and adapt to globalization's challenges, such as investing in education and training programs to prepare the workforce for a knowledge-based economy. France's economy has faced stagnation in recent years, characterized by persistently high unemployment rates, structural labor market issues, and concerns regarding the effectiveness of its education system in preparing graduates for employment. For example, despite having one of the highest numbers of university graduates in Europe, France continues to grapple with a mismatch between the skills acquired through education and those demanded by employers. This disconnect has led to high levels of youth unemployment and underemployment as graduates struggle to secure meaningful employment opportunities commensurate with their qualifications. Additionally, the prevalence of temporary and precarious employment contracts further exacerbates labor market segmentation and impedes career progression for young professionals. France's pension system confronts formidable challenges stemming from an aging population, substantial welfare payments, and persistent deficits. As life expectancy increases and birth rates decline, the demographic imbalance places significant strain on the sustainability of the pension system. High welfare payments, particularly in the form of pensions, contribute to fiscal deficits and raise concerns about long-term financial viability. Attempts to change the pension system, such as raising the retirement age, face opposition from a variety of sources, including labor unions and elements of the public.
Protesters in France are continuing to clash with police following President Emmanuel Macron's plan to raise the pension age from 62 to 64. Rioters actually set fire to the town hall building in Bordeaux. Protesters blocked major highways and interchanges to slow traffic around big cities, and rail transportation was disrupted across the country. Opinion polls show a majority of voters oppose the pension legislation, which the government enacted last week, without a vote in Parliament.
Implementing such reforms is politically challenging and presents substantial problems to policymakers, particularly in balancing social welfare and economic sustainability. France operates with a persistent fiscal deficit exacerbated by external shocks such as the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic. These events necessitated substantial government spending on welfare programs, stimulus measures, and healthcare provisions, further widening the budget deficit. Consequently, public debt levels have soared, rapidly approaching 100% of GDP. The escalating public debt burden not only poses risks to fiscal stability but also entails significant interest payments, diverting resources away from essential economic activities such as infrastructure investment and education. Moreover, high levels of public debt constrain the government's ability to respond effectively to future crises and limit fiscal policy flexibility. France stands at a pivotal crossroads, facing a trifecta of economic challenges: unemployment, labor market inefficiencies, and pension sustainability. To chart a course towards sustained economic growth and fiscal stability, France must adopt comprehensive strategies that tackle these issues head-on. Unemployment, a persistent thorn in the nation's side, demands innovative solutions. By streamlining bureaucratic hurdles and investing in skill development programs, France can unlock latent potential in its workforce and create new pathways to employment. Furthermore, addressing labor market inefficiencies requires a recalibration of regulations to promote flexibility and adaptability in an ever-evolving global landscape. However, perhaps the most pressing concern lies in ensuring the sustainability of France's pension system. With an aging population and shifting demographics, reforms are imperative to safeguard the financial well-being of future generations. Adjusting retirement ages and exploring alternative funding mechanisms are crucial steps in this endeavor. However, simply acknowledging these issues is not enough. France must generate the political will to implement strong policies and changes. This requires an objective assessment of priorities and a willingness to oppose entrenched interests. By doing so, France can not only overcome its economic challenges, but also re-establish its position as a global economic powerhouse. In today's fast-paced global landscape, France cannot afford complacency. Decisive action is the key to unlocking a prosperous future and maintaining France's worldwide relevance. France can manage the turbulent waters of economic instability by implementing smart policy-making and forward-thinking reforms that will leave it stronger, more resilient, and ready to grab tomorrow's chances. With that, let's end the video. This is Visionomics, signing out.